team that went out there today played with the traits that we are building in this football team. If we do a couple of things better in that football game, we separate ourselves.
Josh Adams, who gets loose at the line of scrimmage, nothing but green grass ahead of him. Touchdown, off of the hands of Phillips and into Drew Tranquils.
What an athletic play into the end zone by EQ.
Measure to the end zone, and it's picked off. Touchdown, Durham Smythe. And now down goes Kai at the worst time possible.
Hello again, Irish fans, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football with Brian Kelly. I'm Jack Nolan, coming to you this week from the lower concourse on the east side of Notre Dame Stadium. A bowl game-like atmosphere greeted Notre Dame and Georgia in Saturday's early season marquee matchup between the two top 25 teams. The game came down to the closing seconds as the Irish offense battled the stout Georgia defense and recorded 5 scores but only 1 touchdown. The Notre Dame defense made a bunch of plays and impressed fans of both schools as the Fighting Irish contained the Georgia rushing attack and gave the home team a chance to win. Rover and captain Drew Tranquil had a stellar game with 5 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, an interception, and a quarterback hurry that led to a sack. After the gut-wrenching 2019 loss to Georgia, Tranquil gave credit to the Bulldogs, but also made it clear the pain of the close loss will serve as fuel for the Irish in the games to come.
When it comes down to it, Georgia they executed better at the end of the game, and they made the big plays that you have to make in college football to win games. It wasn't a question of our grit or of our attention to detail. I've never seen a group of guys want something so much, and to fall short tonight, it really hurts. But moving forward, I'm scared for other teams because we are coming to punish each and every opponent that we play.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.
Irish rush 4. The freshman Fromm throws, and it is intercepted. The man who's having a great start to his season, Drew Tranquil, comes up with the pick. Irish ball near midfield.
A bowl game-like atmosphere greeted these two teams, and you went for it right off the top with that flea flicker.
Well, when we talk about our team in terms of having a dominant mindset, we have to back that up with the way we, start a game. And we told our kids to start fast, and I think the play call exhibited the way we were thinking as well. And, I thought it was executed right to the very end until we didn't hold on to the football. We got to carry that right to the end and make that catch, because if we make that catch, I think it sends a huge message.
A little later in the same drive, Brandon Wimbush connects with Cam Smith for a 29-yard gain that sets up the game's first score.
Yeah, we ran a little bootleg over route, and that was probably our most effective passing game, where we moved Brandon out of the pocket, because they compressed the pocket very well. But Cam made a nice couple catches for us. Stripped it, and he was able to get it back. But it was a nice game for us, and got us in good field position.
Justin Yoon ends the drive with a 29-yard field goal, the first of 4 on the night, 4 for 4 for him. That's a career best.
Yeah, good bounce back from missing 2 the week before, and I was really confident he'd have a good week in terms of kicking the football. He had been hitting it well, and to get the 4 field goals was obviously big for us. We just needed one more.
Game's tied at 3 in the second quarter when Georgia botches a handoff, and Dalen Hayes is right there to get you the football.
Yeah, good play for our defense. We came up with the 2 fumbles that were really key for us. And, again, tackles for loss, a couple of sacks. Our defense did a good job of getting the football back for us.
And then Brandon Wimbush shows his speed, gets to the edge, scores the touchdown.
Yeah, we had a 1st and goal. We tried to bang it up inside, got it to about the 2. And then it was just a matter of trying to get a run, pass, play action on the perimeter. If they covered the pass, then he was going to take it to the pylon, and he was able to step in for the score.
Georgia comes back, they tie it, but it took a terrific catch on third down by Terry Godwin.
I think it was maybe a top 10 Sports Center catch. I mean, one-handed drag it in the back of the end zone. And, you know, you can look at all the plays in the game and you can say this play or that play, but, you know, if he doesn't make that spectacular catch, they settle for a field goal, we win the football game. So ends up being the play of the game.
His combo now, Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, who can't handle that one there. Fromm tried to pick it up. He couldn't, and the Irish are on it. And Dalen Hayes has recovered the fumble.
You came back late in the third quarter, into the fourth quarter, with an impressive 13-play, 73-yard drive for another field goal, and you lead 19-17.
Yeah, it was a great drive, and you know, as you can see, you know, the only issue is that we're settling for field goals here. If we just can convert on, you know, one or two of these, you know, obviously we're in a different situation. But you know, to settle for 4 field goals instead of 3 or 4 touchdowns is the difference in the ball game. But it was a great drive. It took a lot of time off the clock, and again, converting the field goal puts us back up in the lead.
So after you took the 19-17 lead, clearly you needed more points. You got the ball back 3 more times after that, but you weren't able to score.
But we think they're all teachable moments. Brandon had a pull read where if he just gets it and sticks his foot in the ground and goes north and south, I think he'll learn for that. We pick up a first down. The second series, we threw the ball on 3 occasions. We just needed to connect on a couple of throws there. And then the third one obviously was the sack that ended the football game. So to get the ball 3 more times with 8.5 minutes to go, we had plenty of opportunities to win the football game on the offensive side of the ball, and we weren't able to execute effectively to get that 1 more score.
How do you evaluate Brandon's play?
You know, we're in that process that it's really hard to grade a quarterback each and every week while he's learning. So I think we have to kind of step back a little bit and say, you know, we got the right guy playing quarterback at Notre Dame. You know, we scored 19 points. Yeah, we needed to score 26, no question, or 22, right? But he's learning. He's going to be better in November than he is right now in September.
Now, certainly the defense exceeded the expectations of many of the observers. You had 8 3-and-outs. You forced 2 turnovers. Did they exceed your expectations?
Well, I was waiting for that next step. I think everybody was in anticipation of, all right, where are we going defensively? I loved the first week in terms of what they did against Temple. Now it was a step up with 2 great backs, and we were going to be extremely aggressive in stopping the run, and I thought we did exceedingly well. Nick Coleman probably had his best game. Jay Hayes was outstanding. He was physical. All the linebackers played very, very well. And we got some other players that can play better. All in all, I think the defense is emerging. It's going to continue to get better. If you can play that kind of defense, we know that we can play at a higher level offensively. It was disappointing to lose the football game, but I think we can take a lot of things from this game and know that this is going to be a really good football team.
Notre Dame and Georgia took the field in a frenzied atmosphere Saturday as the Bulldogs made their first visit to Notre Dame Stadium in only the 2nd ever football meeting between the 2 schools. 2 schools that both believe they have something to prove this season. The game was far from flawless, but both schools gave their all in a battle that came down to the final possession and just 1 point.
It should be an exciting one between these 2 storied college football programs tonight.
Let's go, Irish!
Enjoy the walk, okay? Enjoy it. Take it in. Absorb it. Feel it. And then when it's time to go, unleash it.
This was one of the hottest tickets in college football.
Look, we're all in it together. Just trust each other. We got each other's back. Nobody's going anywhere. We're going to be together for the next 14 weeks. We're playing for our brothers. We're playing for the guys in this locker room, for the coaches, for the support staff, for the guy next to you, for everybody that puts it in together every single day.
It's an electric atmosphere in Notre Dame Stadium tonight. Off we go with Georgia and Notre Dame. Scans, throws, Cam Smith brings it in. Irish with the first points, and that is a big mental relief for Yoon.
Tackle made by Notre Dame behind the line of scrimmage.
Great read by Nick Coleman from his safety spot.
Here's a ball on the field. Notre Dame comes attacking. Did they get it?
And the Irish are on it. And Dalen Hayes has recovered the fumble. With the left setting up the screen. Good block downfield. Springing Adams inside the 20. Josh Adams inside the 10. First and goal for the Irish at the 5. Rolling towards the pylon. In for the touchdown.
Yes. And a second and goal for Georgia, 6-yard line of Notre Dame.
Looking towards Wims. Broken up. Nick Watkins. End zone. Brought in. A spectacular play by Godwin. For 42, it's Yoon. It's 3. The first half comes to an end.
This is why you train. These last 30 minutes, you're going to win these kind of games. You got me? Right?
We are living in the moment of history right now. We've been trained for this opportunity. We've been waiting for this opportunity.
To the right, and he missed it. No good. Wimbush first down toss, brought in nicely by Josh Adams. Fromm brought down. Niles Morgan.
People who were on the sideline we saw at halftime said you could not believe the noise of the hitting. This is a slugfest.
Two physical football teams. Wouldn't expect anything less.
An absolute bet.
Defense really trying to rise up now.
Nick Chubb pursued from behind by Dalen Hayes. Blankenship, who missed one earlier, bangs it in from the right hash. Georgia Bulldogs, in their first ever visit to South Bend, lead by 1.
Get up, baby, come on. Come on, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Wimbush tries the middle. It's caught by Fink to the 36-yard line. First down, clock stops, $1:45 to go. Wimbush hit, lost the ball.
Georgia ball game.
It's all part of the growing process.
The football team that went out there today played with the traits that we are building in this football team. If we do a couple of things better in that football game, we separate ourselves. We had the chance to make some plays, and we didn't make them. But we will make them. We will win these type of games because of what you've decided to give. So now it's up to the coaches to correct the errors and make sure that when we're in this game again, that we win it.
First car you ever drove?
My dad's GMC Terrain.
Favorite musical group or artist?
Ooh, I'm a big J. Cole fan.
One thing the public would be surprised to learn about you.
I did theater in high school. I was Donkey in Shrek the Musical.
Thoughts on the new video board inside Notre Dame Stadium?
It's amazing. It's something that we really needed and will appreciate.
Player on the team most like you?
Ooh, either Jalen Elliott or CJ Sanders.
One thing you always hear from Coach Light at practice?
Step to contact, finish hard, get set, hands up, list goes on.
Toughest player to tackle on the team?
Probably Tony Jones.
Best singer on the team?
Isaiah Robertson.
Best dancer on the team?
Micah D. Treadway.
Best dresser on the team?
Brandon Wimbush.
Worst dresser on the team?
Jerry Tillery.
Best thing about playing for Notre Dame?
The tradition.
Julian Love, you have completed the 60-second drill on Inside Notre Dame Football.
Perfect. Thank you.
Earlier in this week's show, you saw how Irish Rover and Captain Drew Tranquill is leading this season both on and off the field. Now we learn a little bit about just how the junior, who played his high school football in Fort Wayne but grew up at SEC country, became one of the most important players on the 2017 Notre Dame defense.
Grew up in a southern lifestyle. They love football down there. We had the pads on since I can remember, playing tackle football at age 5 and 6, so I got going really early. I didn't like Notre Dame originally. I was from an SEC family. My parents went to Auburn. But when I came here and I actually experienced the Notre Dame atmosphere for the first time. It was breathtaking, and I was just blown away. I was like, I want to be part of something like this. That greats like Joe Montana and Rocket Ismail, and I get to wear 23 now. And so to think of the legacy behind the field, behind my number, behind just Notre Dame football, it's truly a special thing. I think Notre Dame football extends way beyond the field of play. I think it requires you to be a complete man. There's just a rich tradition of being a Notre Dame football player, but more importantly, being a Notre Dame man. And so during my time here, that's just what I've tried to do. That's what I've tried to embody, just this idea of excellence in every area of your life. And I think Notre Dame has really helped me grow in that area into the man, husband, and father I hope to be one day.
This week's Notre Dame Ticket Exchange, powered by Vivid Seats Play of the Week, involves a young man who sat out last season but worked hard to get better and returned to the field in the spring with a new last name and a new outlook. Tight end Alize Mack caught 2 passes for 41 yards against Georgia, including a 32-yard reception in the second quarter that helped set up the field goal that gave the Irish a 13-10 lead.
Up top, Wimbush. The tight end inside the 40, up the 35-yard lines. Big gain of 32 to the tight end, Alize Mack.
It's time now for the experts at TireRack.com question of the week for Coach Kelly. This week's question comes from Diane Neary of Granger, Indiana. Coach, when the team comes together for the team meal, is it always the same menu? If not, what is the favorite meal?
It is the same meal. It is a combination of pasta, chicken and steak with fruits, and we'll have salads. But in terms of the favorite meal, I'm gonna have to say it's probably either taco night or when we win a game and it's the ice cream bar. That's probably got to be the top 2.
The Irish will get out of town on Thursday and head to Boston to renew the rivalry with Boston College. Notre Dame has won the last 5 meetings between the 2 schools, but every one of those Irish victories has been a hard-fought affair.
Always tough to play. They always play up to Notre Dame. We've got a challenge on our hands. We're going to have to play better, obviously, offensively. We've got to move the football, take some of the pressure off our defense that we put a lot on them this past week, and continue to play the kind of defense that we've shown. Special teams need to be better as well in all 3 phases. When you go on the road and you're playing a Power 5 conference team, you have to play well, and this is a big game for us going on the road.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside Notre Dame Football. A reminder, the Notre Dame-Boston College game was originally scheduled to kick off at noon on Saturday, but the kickoff time has been changed to 3:30 Eastern Time Saturday afternoon. We, of course, will have all the highlights on next week's show. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Irish.
Inside Notre Dame Football is presented by TireRack.com and brought to you by Team Notre Dame partners, Coca-Cola, Under Armour, and Gatorade. Inside Notre Dame Football is also brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of Notre Dame Athletics, Vivid Seats, Canon, Xfinity, Delta Airlines, proud to be the official airline of Notre Dame Athletics, Nissan, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, and SiriusXM.